Well, welcome to the How to Win Every Expired Listing workshop using only 5 minutes in the morning and $28 a month. For the month of July, I've arranged for a virtual assistant for each of you, should you decide to use it, for $28, and it'll be Hillary with Agent Marketing. So I think that you're going to see how that virtual assistant could help you get many opportunities to go after expired listings. And again, you guys can help me. My read of your industry is that the real estate industry is still booming. I mean, we're doing in the mortgage industry, we're doing record number of closings. We'll probably do as much business by July 31st as we did all of last year. And some of it is because of this COVID-19. People are sitting at home. People are on their computers. Let me look at see if they're, what houses are going for. And then when you combine their ability to search with with low interest rates, I mean, you're talking rates of 3%. People going, wow, that's the monthly payment on a new house compared to the house I'm in right now, where possibly they don't have an office in the home. And now they're looking, oh, I can get an extra bedroom. I can convert that to an office in the home. My employer is starting to say that's going to be the new norm. And we're finding a lot more people are asking to get pre-approved. Now, I don't know if you saw the unemployment numbers that came out today, but another 4.8 million Americans were put back to work in the month of June. So again, if you got more people going back to work, that means more paychecks. More paychecks means more people that can buy housing. Low interest rates means, hey, the monthly payment is about what I could be doing for rent, or wow, I could be paying the same monthly payment, but on a bigger house, what I'm currently paying on a mortgage payment, but I could pay it on a bigger house with more bedrooms or with a home office, etc. So again, I think that with more buyers, the sellers are also going to be saying, well, I'm okay to come back out into the marketplace and list my home. There's a plethora, there's a lot of expired and canceled listings sitting in the MLS, and it's up to you now to take your marketing tools, your agent marketing tools, and demonstrate to them that you've got the marketing. You've got the ability to give their home great exposure. Because again, they already had an experience 6 months worth with a previous agent, and for some reason it didn't work out. Well, how about if you show them that you've got more technology, that you've got more marketing tools than their previous agent, and that exposure is the name of the game. Sales need, when you're selling something, you need to expose it in multiple different places. So we're gonna show that to them through what we're gonna be doing here today. But before we get started, I wanted to, number one on the agenda was I wanted to show you some exciting news from IDA. IDA is the Illinois Housing Development Authority, and this just came out yesterday, so that's why it's so brand new, and that's why I'm introducing it right now. They got new income limitations. If we just go, let's take a look at it. Okay. Let's go find that. There they are. Okay, so here it's filling out, it's loading up the income limitations. Think of this. It's no longer household income that qualifies you or disqualifies you. It's the borrower's income. And it's gone up to $109,200. How many of you have the ability to, know people that make less than $109,200? I know a lot of people. Anybody else know a lot of people that make less than $109,200? Yep. And the cool thing is, when you think about it, it used to be, let's say if somebody made $90,000, okay? Say the wife makes $90,000 and the husband made 50,000. The combination was 140,000. Well, they didn't make it, right? With Ida, 140,000. The income limitation used to be 106,900. They didn't make it. Now it's if the borrower, again, remember in our example, the wife made 90,000. If 90, and again, the rule of thumb is that whatever their income is, multiply it by 4, and that's the amount of the loan that they typically can qualify for. Now, it's not how we underwrite them, but it's a good rule of thumb when you, as a realtor, I'm talking to people, they tell me, oh, Glenn, hey, I make 90,000. Okay, well, 4 times that is $360,000. That's a big loan. That's a big, that's a big house. So if one of the borrowers makes 90 and the other makes 40 or 50, we're not going to use the other person on the loan, because the $90,000 person more than qualifies for the loan. 90 is less than 109,200. So understand, it is a borrower limitation now, not a household income limitation. Okay, that's a really good thing. We all know lots of people that make less than $109,200. And they also said we can go up to $326,481 in a max purchase price. Again, that, if someone's buying a $300,000 home, they're buying a nice home, aren't they? So, I mean, okay, if we can, and get a load of this, the interest rate on these IDA loans, if you go FHA with only 3.5% down, the rate is 3%. 3%. I mean, wow. Pretty soon we're going to give the money away. So again, I was just talking to somebody just 2 days ago, and they've been a renter for 8 years. And now the landlord said, hey, it's time for me to sell the house. You're going to have to move. Well, they were heartbroken. They've been living in it, treating it as if it's their own home, but they've been renting it for 8 years. And so they were calling me up to say, hey, do you know any realtors that specialize in rent to own? And I asked them, I says, what's your credit score? And they said 740. I said, well, Ida only needs 640 or better. I said, 740? I said, and you want to rent to own. I go, how much is your rent? They go, about $1,500. I go, so you're going to give a first month's rent of $1,500, a security deposit of $1,500. You're going to give $3,000 to a landlord. I said, do you know under the IDA program, you only have to give 1% into the transaction of your own funds? I said, you're where? In Yorkville? Okay. I says, there's a lot of townhouses, homes, even condos. I said, in the $200,000 range, you'd have to come up with only $2,000 and you could own, versus giving $3,000 to a landlord and own nothing. I said, and how would you like a rate of 3%? And they're like giddy. They're like, I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know it was possible. So my point to you guys is, make sure, and I will do this, I will email out to you this chart so you guys know what this income limitation is for Cook County, DuPage. It's really Cook and all the collar counties. So I mean, take a look at this 109,200. It's something you should keep in the back of your mind. I also have revised the 3 buckets of cash worksheet, and that 3 buckets of cash worksheet looks like this, in which I revised it to say that the new income limitation is 109,200 down here at the bottom, and that they must put in 1% of their own funds. And in this example, it shows how someone bought a $200,000 home and only came up with $2,000 of their own funds. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I've got another realtor who just did a Facebook ad. She started yesterday and she was so thrilled. She was texting me at like 11 o'clock last night saying, I already got 4 leads. I put in there that there's the new IDA program. You can get up to $10,000 to help buy a home. And she already has 4 leads starting out today. So, I mean, shout it out, get it out there, do a Facebook ad, do a Facebook post, but more importantly, do a Facebook ad and let people know in your cities, in your areas, that you've got the team, you've got the programs to help make them homeowners for as little as 1% of the purchase price. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay.
Could you explain, Glenn, could you explain the MCC, the initials
Yeah, the
in the
MCC.
other chart?
Yeah, the MCC, good question. The MCC stands for Mortgage Credit Certificate. And what that means is if a customer wanted to, we all get a 1098 at the end of the year when you pay a mortgage loan. The mortgage servicer at the end of the year says, hey, you paid us $10,000 in mortgage interest. Thank you so much. Use this for your tax return. Well, we all know that you can either itemize your deductions or you can take a credit. And a credit is a dollar for dollar reduction of your tax liability. So let's say that you owed the government $2,000, if you had a $500 credit, you would get to deduct dollar for dollar $500 from the $2,000 you owed the government, and you would then net owe the government only $1,500. Credits are dollar for dollar. Deductions are not dollar for dollar. They do affect the taxable income, and then you apply the tax rate and you come up with your tax liability. So what I'm saying here is the mortgage credit certificate, if a borrower wants it, it will allow them to take 20% of that 1098. Again, my example was $10,000, right? Was the mortgage interest that they paid for all of 2020. 20% of $10,000 is $2,000. So they would be able to take $2,000 as a credit. Each and every year, they would get to take 20% of their mortgage interest, and they would be able to deduct it from their tax liability that they owed the government, and then only have to pay the net. It would also, if they were getting a refund, it would increase the amount of the refund that they were getting. So to answer your question, MCC, Mortgage Credit Certificate, it allows the borrower to take 20% of their mortgage interest and treat it as a credit, and then the remaining 80% would go into their itemized deductions if they're itemizing their deductions for tax purposes. Does that answer your question?
Kind of. Okay, and so that's a non-MCC. So that is the ones that are not taking it as a credit against their income taxes, but the
Correct.
MCC is taking a credit.
It is. You're saying it totally correct. And most of the loans we close are non-MCCs because most people are not itemizing. Between the personal exemption and the standard deduction, it's like $24,000. So most people are not itemizing. So they're going the direction of the non-MCC. They like the bigger income limitation, but you are reading it correct. If income is not a concern about bumping up against it, they could go to this is a household of 1 to 2 people. This is for an MCC with a household of 3 or more people. That's the income limitation that they would have. And then they could take the credit, 20% would be a credit, and the 80% they could use for itemization or don't itemize and just use the standard deduction. Now, I'm not a tax guy, but I mean, the MCC allows them to take 20% of the mortgage interest and use it as a credit. So bear that in mind. Although I got to admit, I'll say 95% of the people that I work with just go the non-MCC route. But you have said it correct. If they would like to take 20% of the mortgage interest as a credit, then they would use the lower income limitations and they would use one of these 2 columns. Make sense?
Yeah. Now, is there any difference in how the loans are treated as far as payback with the non-MCC versus the MCC?
Nope. The IDA program is the $6,000, the $7,500, and the $10,000 program. I think I've got that up here. Yeah, I do. So The 6,000, the first two programs, the 6,000 and 7,500, there's no payback at all on those two. You're never going to get a bill as long as you live in the house. The 6,000 is a forgivable grant, and it's forgivable over 10 years. So if you stay in the house for 10 years, you owe nothing back. If you stay in the house for 6 years and all of a sudden your family grows and you have more children, the house is too small, you got to get a bigger house. When you sell it, if you've only been in 6 of the 10 years, that means 2/3 of the 6,000 has been forgiven. So say 4,000 has been forgiven, you only have 2,000 remaining. Remember, think of these as being second mortgage liens. So when the attorney for our customer calls up the first mortgage lender, and let's say the first mortgage is in FHA, they'll get a payoff letter from the first mortgage lender saying, yeah, your client owes 180,000, pay that off at closing. And they'll see a second mortgage lien from IDA on there, and they'll send in a request to IDA and say, how much, if anything, does the customer owe? And IDA will come back in my example saying, you owe $2,000 on that grant. There's no interest on it, it's a grant, so it's nothing's accumulating, but they didn't stay in there for 10 years, no penalty per se, but I mean, the whole thing was not forgiven yet, so you owe $2,000 back and they take it out of sales proceeds at the closing. On the 7,500, which is the crazy great program, it is a loan, it's a zero interest loan. Again, it goes as a lien on title, as a second mortgage lien. And for 30 years, there's no payments, or until you sell the house. So if you stayed in the house for, say, 15 years, you would be able to, first off, use the $7,500 for your down payment for your closing costs. No payments, no interest is accruing. Live in the house for your 15 years. And again, when you sell it, your attorney is going to say on the first mortgage, to the first mortgage lender, hey, how much does my client owe? They'll say, well, he owes $150,000, pay that off at closing. And they'll send to the IDA, how much does the client owe on the IDA program? And they'll say $7,500, and you pay that off at closing. Well, who wouldn't want $7,500, interest-free, no payments? I get to use it to buy my house, and I don't have to pay it back till I sell my house? It's a great program. Where was that when I was growing up? And then here's the last one is the $10,000 program. And that is just like the 7,500, it's a zero interest loan, except that you're going to pay principal, not interest, principal, over 10 years back. 120 payments is 10 years. So each month you'll pay $83.33 a month. So again, great programs, but going back to your question, whether it's MCC or non-MCC, your first mortgage is either an FHA loan, it's a conventional loan, it's a USDA loan, it's a VA loan. IDA is a second mortgage to whatever first mortgage is in your best interest. If you're a veteran, it's a VA loan. We're going to look at FHA versus conventional for these people. Conventional requires more of a down payment, typically 5%. Some people don't have the 5; they'd rather go 3.5 with the FHA. So it doesn't matter. The speed of the repayment is typically a 30-year loan. It's a fixed rate. It's FHA, it's conventional, it's VA, it's USDA. It's whatever's in the client's best interest. So it doesn't matter whether they elect MCC or non-MCC. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions on that before we move on? But it's income limitations have gone up. So I'm going to send this out to you guys, the IDA program and the chart with the new income. I think it's up to you guys to shout it out to your database. It's like, for example, they may not need it. Okay, Glen Marino doesn't need it. All right, Aaron doesn't need it. Millie doesn't need it. Angela doesn't need it. But you know what? You have children. You have nieces, nephews, sisters. It's my daughter. The whole purpose of that conversation was my daughter, who's 24, 25 years old. She just bought her first condo in Lincoln Park in Chicago using IDA. She's got, she got a job, she's got the income, but she didn't have enough saved up. So she went the IDA route and she bought it for, 1% of the purchase price. And she's clicking her heels as a 24-year-old having her first, piece of real estate. So you guys know people, you just have to teach them that renting is not in their best interest, because for the same amount of money that they're giving in a first month's rent and a security deposit, they can become homeowners. If any of you guys are leasing agents, you guys are getting paid what, $300, $400, $500 on if you put somebody into a rental. If you put somebody into a $200,000 townhouse, condo, single family, you're making $5,000. I don't know about you, but you're doing them a favor and you're doing your pocketbook a big favor. So just shout it out, get it out there. Education is what's needed, okay? All right, going back to why you guys showed up today. Okay, the last class was about how to win every expired listing, and it's recorded at the gmarino.valuedlender.com. Again, I referenced that because we're not going to be doing that today. That was the long way of how to create a property, how to identify the expired and how to create a manual property website that you're going to need. And again, you can find that over here at, no, where is it? Here it is, at gmarino.valuedlender.com, and under recorded realtor marketing classes, I think there's like a dozen classes on here. Here was last week, how to win every expired listing. Click it, it's 2 hours of the class that if anybody missed it, or if you want to, walk through it, stop it, copy what's going on in the class, you can do that. But my point today is, I'm excited for you guys. Rates are really low. People are looking at housing. Sellers are going to start to list their homes. I want you guys to start introducing yourself by spending 5 minutes in the morning prospecting and letting all the rest of the computer work go to a virtual assistant. Okay, going back to the agenda. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to start thinking of this coffee cup marketing package. And again, it looks like this. You guys can go to the dollar store and get yourself multiple coffee cups. If you guys want to make them the same color as your company, feel free to go look for orange, red, blue, whatever color you have. You can get these at any dollar store. Fill it up with candy. My suggestion now with the heat is don't put I love Hershey Kisses. That's what I've been telling everybody. But of course, with the heat, they're going to be a puddle of chocolate instead of being Hershey Kisses. So you might want to look at hard candy to put in there, something that's going to stabilize your marketing material. You're going to put a cover letter in there. You're going to print one of the brochures. You're going to put your business card, 1, multiple, 2, 3, 4, whatever you like, into the coffee mug, and you're set to deliver. And we're going to talk about that in the class here today, because you're going to have only 3 changes to make to the cover letter. I will create it for you. So all you got to do is make 3 changes. The system will give you 9 different brochures. You're going to print one of the 9. You're going to put it in there. You're going to be set to deliver. And we're going to talk about different delivery methods. I personally believe you should ring the doorbell. You should shake their hand. You should eyeball them and give them your gift, spending 10 seconds at the door. I think it should be something like, hi, this is Glen Marino with the ABC Realty Company. I happen to notice that your home was listed for sale and it did not sell, and that's really unfortunate. Should you decide to remarket your home, I just would love the opportunity to interview for that job. Please accept this gift, giving them the coffee mug. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you that's going to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to me. I'll check back with you in 48 hours to see if I can answer any questions. Thank you so much. That's it. That's your speech at the door, and your cover letter says you've done 8 things, and we'll go through those 8 things, later on in this class. Okay. So that's the focal point. That's what we're trying to create. And again, we're going to talk about what if you don't want to ring the doorbell? What if you don't want to, necessarily speak to the person at the door? Well, there are some other methods. I just know that speaking to someone is going to get you a lot more conversion, a lot more people that you can start talking to. All right. So let's get started. Let's open up your free agent marketing account. You need one of those, only because your assistant at agent marketing, Hillary, needs an agent marketing account to put your expired or your canceled listing into. How many people on this call do not have an agent marketing account? Okay, Freddie does, Aaron does. Millie, do you have one?
I think so, yes. I haven't
Okay,
been in it, but yes.
okay. Again, everybody should check. Angela, I know you've got one. Stephanie, I think you've got one. Yin Yan, I know you've got one. All right, so I mean, most of you have got one. So I won't necessarily take the time to show you guys how to. I did send out instructions prior to class. I emailed it to all you guys. The other place you can find how to open up an account is, again, go back to that gmarino.valuedlender site. So again, if we go over to here's the G Marino site. Remember we did the recorded classes were here? Just to the left of it, it says open the free agent marketing account. When you click on it, my instruction said scroll down to where it says create an account. When you click on create an account, just follow the prompts. It's going to ask you for your name. My instructions say when your ID should be your first name, your last name, with no spaces in between. The reason I say that is later on in other classes, one of the other benefits you get with a free agent marketing account is it gives you a free personal website. And the name of the website happens to be your ID, and it would be something like www.glenmarino.valuedagent.com. Or in the case of Aaron, it might be www.aaronboviel.valuedagent.com. So that would be my tip. When you're creating the account, your ID should be your first and your last name, no spaces in between. Okay, so we're not going to spend time going through how to open up a free agent marketing account. I would ask, if you guys want to, is open it up now. Go to a tab. Obviously, you're following me. Again, you can continue to follow me or click on a tab, open up a new tab, go to your agent marketing, and open up your account, which again, you need your ID and your password. Is anybody going to be doing that? Or do you just want to follow along with me?
I'm following you. I'm on my account, Jim. Glenn.
Okay, so Angela, you're gonna just you're gonna follow along on your account. Follow me. Okay. So again, if anybody needs me to slow down, if you're on your account and you want to be doing this with me, great. Obviously, this is being recorded, so I would send it out to you guys also. So again, let's go back to our agenda. We've opened up our agent marketing account. It then says after you open up your account, I want to first then review what is a property website. You know, people ask me, Glenn, why do I, I'm a realtor. Why do I need a property website? Well, a property website does several things for you. One, it allows you to post that property website into all the different social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Craigslist, Pinterest, Instagram. So you've got all these wonderful major social media sites that you can put the whole property website into. The second thing is, when you get a listing and you have that yard sign with the big arm on it, some of the yard signs up on top have clamps that you can put a sign writer. Some of them, you put the sign writer underneath the yard sign because it has grommets, and you order a sign writer with grommets, and you go to Ace Hardware and you get the nylon ties and you pull them through and you attach them to the yard sign. The key there is, as people drive around in this nice summer weather, what they're doing is they're stopping by, looking at houses and neighborhoods. If your listing has just a yard sign, well, then the only way they can get further information is to call you, which is not necessarily their first choice. But if you have a sign writer either up above or down below, and it says, for more information on this home, text, and it could be the name of the street, Main Street, or it could be a number, to 79564. They will get now photo gallery. They'll get virtual tour. They'll get what's nearby in the neighborhood. They'll get brochure. They get the full property website downloaded into their smartphone. Well, if you're anything like my wife and I, you know, as it downloads into my phone, I'm still parked out in front, and all of a sudden we're looking at, you know, 25 pictures. You know, they're all HD quality. They got downloaded from, you know, the MLS, and they're looking at the kitchen, and they're looking at the dining room, and they're looking at the master bedroom. And while they're looking, you, the realtor, just got a text. You got an email, and it just said that this phone number, which happens to belong to Glen and Rose Marino, this phone number just texted for information on your listing at 123 Main Street. Well, what are you going to do? It's a blue phone number link. You're going to click the link, and you're going to say, "Hi, this is Angela Allen. I happen to notice that you just texted for information on my listing at 123 Main Street. Can you please tell me more about what it is that you need in a home? You know, how many bedrooms do you need? How many bathrooms do you need?" And all of a sudden, if they say, "Well, we're looking minimally for 3 bedrooms," well, great, this is a 4-bedroom home. We need 3 bathrooms. Well, great, this has got 3.5. You know, and so you're now having a dialogue. And again, if it meets their needs, would you like to have a showing? If it doesn't meet their needs, you want a relationship with them and say, "Would you mind if I were to start sending you some other listings that meet your needs?" So I would, if I was a realtor, I would be putting a sign writer on every one of my listings so I got buyer leads, so that I could start, you know, getting a database of those people that are looking for housing. So again, with another great reason to have a property website is that it can be used as a landing page. I use them as landing pages whenever someone gets a new listing and they're working with me on a Facebook ad. I'll put a picture, a beautiful picture of the front of the house. And then what I'll do is I'll tease them in the Facebook ad by saying, for more pictures, for the virtual tour, and for the purchase price of this beautiful home in Aurora, Illinois, click this link, or go to, you know, click the Learn More button. When they click Learn More, they're taken to the property website that we're talking about creating, where then the property website, they can see it. You can also put a drop down after they've looked at it for 0 seconds up to 60 seconds. A pop-up or landing page will drop down and say, "Would love to have you continue your virtual tour and with the photo gallery and touring this beautiful home. We'd love to stay in contact with you to keep you apprised of any changes in prices or features of this home. Please give us your name, email, and phone number below." Once they do, they have full access to the full property website. So again, all this, the property website serves multiple different functions, purposes. And so if we can create it, and we can create it quickly, such that we're not spending a lot of our time being computer people and more time being realtors. Another way of saying it, if we're spending more time being realtors that are prospecting, doing $200 an hour work, and letting the $10 an hour work go to somebody else, that's probably a very efficient use of my time. I'm going to grow my business a lot faster if I can delegate some of the administrative work to somebody else. So again, for those of you, I guess you all have property websites. I don't necessarily need to go to the property website, but again, unmute yourself if you want me to go through what a typical property website looks like. I'll go through photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, brochures, etc. Does anybody need me to go through that? Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
I'm in my agent marketing account, and I'm seeing three personal websites with the different IDs. What does that mean?
You're seeing different personal websites?
Yes.
What that is in agent marketing gives you unlimited personal websites.
Okay.
The first one being a personal website in your name. So for example, it might say www.freddie-thomas.valuedagent.com. It's typically the first one. And it's going to have a section about why do business with Freddie. Then there's going to be seller resources, what I do for sellers, and there's going to be about 6 different tabs of what you do for sellers. And then there's going to be a section on what you do for buyers. And there's going to be about 6 or 7 different tabs, including, that you have, they can get up to $10,000 in down payment assistance, that you can help buy a house for as little as 1% of the purchase price. There's going to be all these. And then at the very end, there's going to be a contact you form and a glossary. So that's your first personal website. But then I've had agents say, well, Glenn, I'd like to create another website just for short sales. And they might put up what is a short sale and short sale forms and what a seller needs to do in order to, guide them through the short sale process with a bank. And why your credentials that you're a short sale expert. So again, they'll put together just a totally separate website on short sales. Another person was doing a personal website on their community. They said, Glenn, I don't want to market to anybody other than in this subdivision. There's 400 homes here. I want to be the go-to realtor. Therefore, they wanted to put a tab for schools in that area. They wanted to put a tab for community events in that area. They wanted to put, what they do for sellers in that area. They wanted to put together what they do for buyers in that area. So we created all those tabs. And again, with agent marketing, you have unlimited personal websites. So if you can think of a website that would be helpful to your business, you can create it within agent marketing. And what's so cool about remember this $28 I keep talking to you guys about? And Hillary, your virtual assistant, she will create the personal website for you within, it's not extra if you hire her as the virtual assistant. All you have to do is speak through with her what it is that you'd like for tabs. What is it that you'd like to articulate to your audience that goes to this particular website? How many tabs do you want? What do you want under each of the tabs? So again, you use your creativity for the $200 an hour work, create it, look at others' websites, say, I'd like that on my website. And she then can do all the computer work to make it happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, my question was because I didn't create any of this. I only created the first one that was years ago, and then I'm seeing now one created in 2016, one created in 2020.
Well, let's do this. Let me after class, then I'll call you back and let's take a look at the other property websites that are in there.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Glenn, I've forgotten my username, and I was looking through my emails hoping I could see an email that had it. What's the format for the username?
The format typically, Millie, is going to be your first name and your last name. That's going to be the user ID with no space in between. So it'd be Millie Lumpkin would be typical.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't have, and again, the password I would not know because that would be something you would have put in by yourself. I can change the password. But again, what you're going to really need to do is after class, if you like, again, I can give you a call. Let's see if you've got an account that's active with agent marketing. Again, you said you haven't been in there for a while. Perhaps it went dormant. Perhaps it's we have to recall it out of dormancy within agent marketing and put it back into the active status. Once we do, we can then open it up. I can tell you then what your ID is, whether it's Millie Lumpkin or something else.
Okay.
And then we'll just change it to a password that you like, and then you'll be active. So everything that we're doing here today, follow, and remember it's being recorded. So all we have to do after class, I'll get a hold of Freddie Thomas, and I'll get a hold of you, Millie. And what we'll do is we'll get your account activated so that you're up and running. You can do everything we're talking about today.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we know why we should create a property website. Multiple reasons. But now the next thing we got to do is we need to log into the MLS. Now here's where, again, take into account that I talk a lot. But here's where the timer starts. If it was 8 o'clock in the morning, you got your cup of coffee and you say, okay, I know that I got to do money-making activity. I'm going to turn off my cell phone. I'm going to turn off my Facebook and other social media, and I'm going to focus on making money. I'm going to go get myself a prospect today. And how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to log into the MLS, and we're going to find an expired listing in your neighborhood. As it says in the agenda, that's $200 an hour work. Yep, you as the realtor, you want to do that work. Who do I want to do business with? Okay, so let's go do that. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go to the MLS. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing a search. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on search, a general search, and I'm going to go to detached single family. And once it brings up the search box, there's only 3 things I've got to change. Very simple. We don't have to get complicated. The first thing is status. And as you all know, you've been in it multiple times, you're all realtors, it always comes up with all the active ones first. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to get rid of all the active. So boom, all the actives are gone. Now what we want is we want all the canceled, and we want all the expired. Again, I'd like the canceled also because, they didn't go all the way to the full term of their listing agreement. There was something wrong with them and the realtor. They didn't want to be on the market anymore. It could have been the COVID-19. It could have been the lack of marketing that they perceived from the realtor, but they decided to cancel. This is a perfect time. They're all sitting in the MLS. This is, like I say, this is like low-hanging fruit. People that had their houses listed, and you get to go out and introduce yourself to them with your cool marketing tools, with your cool coffee cup, with your cover letter says, I've done 8 things for you already. I've already created 8 marketing things for you. So again, number 1, change it to canceled and expired. Great. So now the status shows canceled and expired. The area, okay, for those that are following along in your own, it'd be Naperville. I'm going to type in Naperville. You guys can type in whatever towns you want. I'm going to go Naperville, and then I'm going to type in, I'll type in Wheaton, the neighboring town. Okay. I would recommend you do 2 towns adjacent to each other so that you can kind of see what kind of activity is going on in those areas. Okay, so now that's your second thing. You've identified the area. The third thing that you're going to do is the number of months. Many of you have it, the default is all months. Some of you might have a default of other, but what I want to do here is I want to change it to 2 months. Now, before I click it, editorial comment here. Yes, today we're going after anybody that's been expired or canceled in the last 2 months. But one of the cool things that I find is that at a later date, go back, do the same thing, but look at anybody from 6 months on. Your competition, nobody looks at that. Nobody look, but boy, there's not a lot of competition. I'd be going out there and talking to people that had their homes expired for 6, 9, 12 months and say, is it time? Do you realize that buyers are out there now buying it with rates as low as 3%? There's more people that can buy your home. Have you had a chance to, maybe they needed to do some more curb appeal. Maybe they had to do some more fix up. But more importantly, you're going to be able to show them, and I've got more marketing tools than you maybe have seen in the past, and I'd like to introduce them to you. So just an editorial comment. A second strategy here would be go to 6 months and beyond and see what type of prospects you get out of it. So today we're doing 2 months, okay? And with that, you're gonna go view the results. Okay, so the timer's on. So that took us about a minute to do in the morning at 8 o'clock with a cup of coffee. Well, I got 399 matches. What's our goal today? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 8:01 actually now in the morning. And my goal is to get 1. Because each day I'm going to do 1. Because the rest of the day I can do other things like go meet clients or go do home inspections or go show people houses or go to closings. But today in the morning, I'm looking for 1. So what I typically do is go to the status column here and I click stat. And now what it'll do is it'll sort it by expireds first and then canceled second. So now what I'm looking at is it's going to be in dollar ascending order. And I'm looking for something that I say, you know, I'd like to have something that, you know, makes it worth my while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this 1124 Aurora Way. Let me click on it. Okay, and once I click on it, there's two filters that we're all looking for. One is that if we ring a doorbell, there's furniture in the house, somebody lives there. You can ring a doorbell all day long. If nobody lives there, nobody's ever going to answer your door. So let's click on pictures. Once we click on pictures, I gotta get this out of the way so I can get, there it is. I'm looking for that button. Is there furniture? And we gotta wait for the download. I usually like going to the closets to see if people live there. I think they live there. What do you guys think? So if they live there, they're going to answer the door. So let's just say that this is our, at least it's the start of what we need. So let's go back then. So first filter, furniture that doesn't look staged, that people live there. Cool. Second thing is, see this additional info button here? You click it. And what you're going to do is you're going down to this listing and property history. And what you're looking for is the very top line. Does it say expired? This one says expired. So far I got two green lights. I got people living in the house and it's still expired, and it expired on June 6th, 2020. Everybody see that? Okay. The big thing the thing that I would avoid, and in preparation for class, I did look at some others. There was a lot of them that were expired and they said July 1st or they said June 30th. To me, I wouldn't go after those, only because I've been taught by you guys that it might take a couple of days when a listing expires before a new MLS number and the new listing agreement gets into the system, gets into the MLS. I don't want to do a lot of work creating my coffee cup, my marketing materials, going out and delivering only to be told at the door, I'm sorry, we just relisted with Mary Jane. So if it's within a week of today's date, don't use it. How many do we have? I'm sorry, 399? Work smarter, not harder. Don't force it in. Go to the next one. You know, there's others that are going to be available. So this says expired on the top line. I've got green light, green light. I am good to go. Okay, so now, after we know that it's a good one, the other thing we know from the MLS is that we cannot send this with pictures. It has what, 24 pictures. The MLS will not let us take expireds and email them out. So what do we got to do? We know that when it was listed, it went into all the realty sites, right? It went into Zillow. It went into Realtor.com. It went into Trulia. It went into Redfin. So we know it's out there in the internet. So all we have to do, and by the way, how long did that take us to find that there were pictures and they expired? Maybe another 30 seconds. Okay, let's say another minute. So far about 2 minutes in. So now let's copy the address, 1124 Aurora. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open up a new tab.
If it's just me, I don't know if it's just me, but
Millie, can you hear me? Millie, I'm losing you. Try repeating it. Millie? Can anybody else?
Yes, you are.
Me too.
I think you have a bad
Yes.
internet connection.
Angela, can you?
I can't.
Angela, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We can hear you off and on. I think you have a bad internet connection.
Oh, terrific. Um, well,
I mean, it just started going that way when you, of course, when you just got into the meat of things.
well, what I'll do is let me just change the mic to 360 and see if it does anything, if it does any better. Millie, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Again, interrupt me, please, because I don't want to continue if it's coming through garbled. So, so all I did was I copied the address out of the MLS.
I'm sorry, Glenn.
Yes,
No,
Yin Yan.
because your voice is on and off, so I missed that part. How do you check if the expires would be on the MLS again?
Okay. What I did was at the MLS level,
Uh-huh.
I did two things.
Uh-huh.
Did you see how I got it, how I sorted it?
Yeah. One
Okay.
is with furniture, and one is
Is the
no more listing information, right?
right? You want to make sure that under what's called the listing and property history,
Yeah.
that the most recent line says EXP for expired. So if it says it's still expired, and it has pictures with as if people were living there, you've got yourself the one prospect that you need for the day.
Uh-huh.
Glenn, can I make one more suggestion?
Sure, absolutely, please.
And you should also look on the private listing network, because it could have been relisted by someone, but they're not actively marketing it yet. So I would add one more step in there and check the private listing network.
Great suggestion, Angela. So again, if you check those three, that under additional information, that it's still expired, it's not in the private listing, has furniture, then what I did, Yin Yan, was I went over here to the address and I copied it.
I'm sorry. I kind of heard you said usually if they put the into the MLS, it will take like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, what I was saying there is, so for example, on the additional information, I'll click on it again. When I go to the listing and property history, you see this date of June 6, 2020, Yin Yan?
Yep.
If that, today is July 2nd. If that date said July 1st, if that date said June 30th, I would pass on it. I wouldn't work it. I'd say I've got 399 potential opportunities today. I'm only looking for one good one. The reason I would pass on it is because it's only been a couple of days since it expired. Maybe it's Glen Marino's the realtor, and Glen Marino's a slowpoke. Glen's slow at getting the paperwork back into the MLS and putting it in and relisting the property. So I personally would not work on that one if the date here where it says expired, if it said July 1st or June 30th, I wouldn't work on it. It's too close to when it was expired.
Okay.
Do I make sense? Okay, great. So with that, go back over here. We're going to copy the address. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new tab on your computer. And in the new tab, I want you to paste the address. Okay, 1124 Aurora Way in Wheaton. And when I click on it, it's going to take me to, well, the things that we just talked about. There it is in Redfin. There it is in Zillow. Hey, there it is in Realtor.com. I like Realtor.com only because it keeps all the pictures after something's expired. Some of these places delete the pictures. But Realtor.com, when I click on this, and I just clicked it, it says, do you see in the lower right corner, 1 of 24 pictures? Your virtual assistant needs pictures to do your property website. So all I have to do is, now that I know there's pictures here, is I just copy the Realtor.com link. Copy it. And then one of two things. Well, here, I'll show you one way of doing it. I'm going to send this out to everybody that's on the call today. This is called the Elite Request Form. Obviously, if you can put your name in here, Angela Allen, and your email and your cell phone number, and what is your login? Typically, it's Angela Allen, and then here's your property address of the one on Aurora Way in Wheaton, Illinois. And there's different sections to this. It says if this is an active listing, or if you're advertising another agent's listing, put in the MLS number. Why do they want the MLS number? Because agent marketing can, if it's an active listing, yours or another agent's listing, all agent marketing needs is the MLS number, and they can create the property website for you. And just so you guys know, advertising another agent's listing, that's a great strategy. I rarely find a listing agent that says, no, I don't want your help trying to find me buyers for this. When you go up to a listing agent who has 8, 10 listings and you say, may I please advertise your listings for free? They go, for free? Yeah, I'll create property websites. And again, what I typically will look for when I'm working with a realtor is a listing agent that does not use sign writers. I love those people, because then it allows me to let Hillary create the property website, and then I can order a sign writer and put it on that agent's yard sign. And now I'm capturing all the buyer leads. So it took me a cup of coffee with an agent to say, yes, you can advertise my listings for free. And yes, you can put a sign writer on there, show them a sample of it. The sign writers do not have your picture. The sign writers do not have your phone number. So it's taking away none of the street advertising that listing agent's getting on the yard sign. It's still going to have the listing agent's picture. It's still going to have their phone number. And all you're going to have on there is, for more information on this home, text this number to that number, and you're going to get all those leads. Kind of cool. I kind of like it. So, but that's this first section. We're back here at the expires. If it's an expired, it says the URL in realtor.com or Redfin goes here. So I'm going to paste it. Does everybody see where I pasted in realtor.com? Okay. And then all you have to do then is click yeses to everything else. Yes, keep the price hidden. In other words, if in realtor.com that was a $400,000 listing, you do not want the property website to say, and it's listed for $400,000. You have not had a killer listing presentation with them. You have not sat down with them and gone through a CMA. If you put in the price of the previous agent, they'll laugh at you. They won't even want to meet with you. So again, when you put in the number 1, which Hillary knows, if you put the number 1 in the purchase price input section, it then, wherever a price is showing up on the property website, it will say call for price. Oh, great. Call for price. They're going to focus on your marketing, not on the price of what you're going to list the house for. Number 2, yes, activate this listing such that the text message works. Remember, we said it could be the name of the street, like text the word Maine to 79564, or it could be the computer will randomly give you a number, 89246 to 79564. It's always 79564. 79564 is the computer in California that hosts all of the agent marketing property websites. So again, you want her to activate this listing. When I say activate, that does not mean it has gone out there into the internet. Remember, there's realty sites, realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow. How do listings get in there? Well, from your office, when you put it into the MLS as an active listing, your office puts them into realtor.com, into Zillow. So agent marketing is not going to put them into any realty sites when you activate it, and to put them into social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. None of those, it's not going to go into any of those sites because you have to do that. Whoever's talking, if you can mute yourself, that would be great. So they're going to tell her to activate the listing. You're going to tell her to add taxes and insurance. You're going to tell her to add music to your virtual tour. and you're going to tell her to add the room sizes or features to fill up the brochure, which there's 9 of them, and the home page. You're done. You went to, so with this, I would then save this form. I would attach it to an email. Where are you sending it to? Does everybody see up here? Hillary's email is elite@agentmarketing.com. Okay. You're going to put into, it's going to elite@agentmarketing.com. If you want to skip this form altogether and just go to your email and just put in the subject, Hillary, please create this expired listing for me. And, if you want to let her know that it's all yeses, and this is, and you have to give her the link, copy and paste the link into the email. She will create the property website for you. So let's stop here. Tell me if you guys didn't get this done in 5 minutes. You got up in the morning, you got your cup of coffee, you went to your computer, you logged into the MLS, you did a search, you got rid of the actives, you went to canceled and expired, and you had 399 opportunities. You were looking for one that had furniture in it and they lived there, and 2 that it is still expired and it's been expired for more than a couple days. You then copied the address, you put it into the browser of your computer, you saw Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Realtor.com, you clicked on Realtor.com, you copied the URL, and you either put it into this form or you put it into an email and you send it to Hillary. Somebody shout out, how long did that take you? Come on, don't be bashful.
5 minutes.
Not that long.
Yeah, 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less to do that. And what I'm saying, guys, is let's just be wilding. And now, what if you did that every day for 5 minutes? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and some of you work, the weekends and Saturday. What if you did 6 of them? Well, let's just do 5. 5 in a week, 10 and a half month, 20 in a month. Well, let's go wild and crazy. You said, you know what? I got 399. While I'm at it, maybe I should do a second one. So you do 2 a day and you send them up to Hillary. And so now in 1 week, you have 10. In 2 weeks, you have 20. At the end of the month, you have 40 opportunities to introduce your marketing tools to somebody that already had their hand up in the air and was selling. Somebody tell me if I'm wild and crazy that if I had 40 opportunities and I delivered 40 coffee cups with my marketing material to 40 people, would I not get most likely 1 or 2 more listings? Got to remember, most people will not tell you to die and go away. We're going to talk about follow-up. They may not immediately list with you. Some will, because some will say, oh my God, this is great stuff. I got a mobile application. I got a property website. You're going to put me into social media sites. Oh my God, the previous realtor did none of this. So again, I'm of the opinion that this will take you all less than 5 minutes. So any questions to this point? You've now prospected and you've sent it up to Hillary. Going back to the agenda. So now what you did is you're delegating the $10 an hour work to the Elite program using a virtual assistant. What is the Elite program and what does it cost? So let's take a look at what the Elite program is, okay? So the Elite program has 10 things it'll do. Number 1, it creates a property website for any of your active listings. So people can text for more information off of sign writers, and you can socially post it, and you can socially do Facebook ads and Google ads and other ads. Second, it creates a property website for any agent's listing you get permission to advertise. Again, don't you spend the time creating the property website. Go out and prospect. Go meet another realtor. Go meet someone who's a listing agent. Listing agents love when their listings sell because it converts it into cash. And if you're able to help them turn their listings into cash by bringing a buyer, your pocketbook's going to be enriched and they're going to love doing business with you. Number 3, create a property website for any expired or canceled listing you find in the MLS and you wish to get a listing presentation with that seller. We just did that. Number 4, create a property website for any FSBO you find in Zillow/FSBO that you wish to get a listing presentation with that for sale by owner. Number 5, it will post any active listings into 3 social media sites of yours. It'll go into your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. You pick the 3 that you want. Again, why are you spending time as a realtor posting your listings into social media when you've got a virtual assistant that would do it for you? You can go on to meeting another realtor that's got listings, seeing if you can advertise their listings and put up a sign writer and start collecting more buyer leads. Number 6, post your virtual tour into YouTube. It's not agent marketing's YouTube, it's your YouTube, it's Aaron's YouTube, it's Freddie's YouTube, it's Angela's YouTube. And again, the reason that you want the property website and you want the virtual tour put into your YouTube is because video is the highest form of branding in the internet. And let's just be wild and crazy. If this strategy gets you 1 or 2 more listings, 2 times 12 is 24 more listings. And that means there's 24 videos out there in your YouTube channel. And let's just say you were focusing, like I did in mine, you were focusing in Naperville and Wheaton. And so all of a sudden, I'm moving in from out of state. And I don't know realtors in Naperville, but I put into Google, looking for a realtor in Naperville, Illinois. Google owns YouTube. You've got 24 videos sitting in YouTube of properties in Naperville, Illinois. And all of a sudden, what do you think Google is going to come back with as the answer to that query? It'll give them some. It'll also say, look at this YouTube channel called Aaron Bovio. And it'll have a link. And they can click on it, and it's going to open up to your YouTube channel showing that this is a rock star agent. She's got 24 videos. And again, what did you do to do it? Nothing. You paid $28 a month to an assistant to get all your virtual tours into your YouTube channel. That to me seems like a good use of your time. Number 7, you're going to post once a month. Your virtual assistant will post once a month into your 3 social media sites. Facebook, say Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Generic content about you. There's a post about what is your home worth. There's another one is why list with me. I mean, once a month, your virtual assistant will post a generic post into your social media sites. Number 8, create a dynamic personal website. All you have to do is go to one of the personal websites. Aaron's got a great one. Freddie's got a great one. There's lots of them out there that we've already created. And what you can do is you can send that up to Hillary and say, Hillary, I want a personal website just like Aaron. Cool. She'll look at the tab. She'll create the same tab. She'll call you back in a couple of days and say, hey, Millie, I got this personal website now for you with testimonials about you, about why I do business with you, your buyer resources, your seller resources, and how they can contact you. You say, this looks pretty dang good. I think I'm going to start putting this on my email signature and send it out to people whenever I meet them. But she'll create the personal website for you within the money that you pay each month. Number 9. Yes, ma'am.
Quick question. So how do you know if these posts are being put onto your social media channels? Because I'm with agent marketing. I haven't seen any posts. I mean, I haven't seen anything like that.
Are you paying them a monthly fee?
Yeah.
You are?
For 4 months, remember? Yeah, I signed up when you first introduced it.
You should call up to, if you've signed up and they've charged you for it, call them up, Angela, because that's, part of the program. So call up.
Can you send me this letter when you get a chance?
Absolutely. I'll send this out to everybody that's on the call.
Thank you.
this is, they're supposed to do 3 social generic posts.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. They will also, number 9, they'll create landing pages for your Facebook and other advertising. Every time I do a Facebook post, and again, you guys can go to the Glen Marino Facebook page. You can also go to my First Centennial Mortgage Naperville page. You'll see whenever I'm talking about a product or a service, if I want somebody, I don't want to just, I'm not a big company. I'm not IBM. I don't want to just brand, just get information out there about who Glen Marino is. I want them to know if they would like additional information, please contact me. Click this link. So clicking links for them to get additional information about how to get $10,000 for down payment assistance, or clicking a link to find out how they can buy a house for 1% of the purchase price, or clicking a link on if you'd like to know what your home is worth in this hot summer market. Those are all landing pages, and you can get those created by your personal virtual assistant. Last but not least, to help you track your leads and stay in contact with them. And again, Angela, I would contact Hillary and say, hey, as I get leads off of my ads, or if I upload leads into your CRM, how can you help me stay in contact with them? And she'll walk you through that, and she'll also do it for you and with you. So again, this is what you get, and it goes from $28 is the first month. I just want you guys to try it. I just want you guys to see it in its glory and see if it works for you. Having a virtual assistant, it does go to $35 a month thereafter. But I mean, there's no contract. You can cancel anytime. So, and again, I make 0 on it. It's just that I like it because I think it makes you guys much more productive, and it can grow your business. If I could identify in 5 minutes an expired, in 10 minutes 2 expired, in 15 minutes 3 expired, I can grow my business a lot faster if somebody else will do all the computer work for me. Okay, so enough said about that. So going back here, so what is the Elite program? What does it cost? $28 for the first month, $35 thereafter. No contract, cancel anytime. We showed how to fill out the Elite input form, copy and paste in the case of an expired, copy and paste the realtor.com URL into the form, send it up to Hillary. Her email is on the form. You're set to go. We all said, were you done prospecting in 5 minutes? Nobody shouted out no. Everybody said yes, 5 minutes or less. So I'm all in favor of this. 5 minutes of prospecting starts to help me make money. So now what we're going to do is, after Hillary now creates it, we send it up to her, she creates it, say it comes back the next day. We're going to get an email, says, hey, your property at 123 Main Street was just created in your agent marketing account. Cool. You're going to open up your agent marketing account and you're going to go see it. You've got 3 things that need to go into your coffee mug. So as soon as you get that email from agent marketing that's been created, you're going to grab a coffee mug off the shelf, put either Hershey Kisses or hard candy in there, depending upon the temperature outside. You're going to put your business cards go in there. That's pretty easy, right? Take them out of your wallet, put some business cards in there. Number 2, you're going to print a brochure. Okay, so let's go and look at a property website. So here's my training one, 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. So let's go look at the website. Okay, and as you know, the first tab is the photo gallery, and there's the virtual tour, and there's the property map in the area, the street view, payment information, more information, find out more, documents, area schools, city demographics, last but not least, brochures. So I'm going to click on brochure. And again, you can change the color of this. You can change, you can add additional images underneath here if you want to put in some additional inside. So you can change the color, the images. And obviously this is really cool to then print. How do you print it? You just click download as a PDF. You wait less than a minute. Agent marketing is creating your flyer for you. And eventually it will be in your download. So here it is, the flyer. You go over here to your print button and you print it. Cool. Notice it has the name of the property website that Hillary created. It has the bedrooms and the baths. It has all the pictures. It has the purchase price. It even has the text number. Text 911-404 to 79564. Me personally, I would roll it colored side out because it has the address of the property. If somebody gives me a coffee mug and I see the address of my house on it, I'm going to open up that flyer. I'm going to see what you got in there. So you're going to roll that up. So that's the second thing, and you're going to stick it in the hard candy or the Hershey Kisses. So your business card, the flyer. So far, it's probably taken you all of a minute to do that because you're going to take them out of your purse, put them into your business cards into the coffee mug. You're going to hit the print button and you're going to roll it up and you're going to put it inside the coffee mug. If it's a large enough listing, go to your Office Max, go look for what's called brochure paper. It's a little thinner than photograph paper, but the colors pop on it. So when you do roll it up, stick it into the coffee mug, you're going to have one of the better looking brochures. If you don't want to spend the money on brochure paper, then just use regular paper, print, and it's in your coffee mug. 2 out of 3 are done. Then
What kind of paper is that, Glenn?
It's called brochure paper. I just picked up, I think it was for $19.99. I think I picked up 100 sheets or something like that at Office Max. So it's brochure paper. It's going to be right next to photograph paper. So if you go into there and you ask somebody, where do you have your photograph paper or your brochure paper, they'll point you in the right direction. It's going to be right next to the photograph paper. Okay, so the last thing is you need a cover letter. Okay, and again, for those of you that want me to create it for you, I would be more than happy. Here is Erin's cover letter. And she has her beautiful picture in black and white. You guys can do it in color. It's your cover letter. Put it the way you like it. But once you change the image to your image, and again, feel free to either put in the chat box or to send me an email that says, hey, Glenn, would you create my cover letter for me? Because then what I'll do is I'll put in the picture that I find in the internet for you or that I find in agent marketing. I'll change this from Erin Boviel to you. I'll change the name of your company. Once you guys change it, that's always going to be there. Then your template is always your picture, your name, your company, right? And if you notice what it says, hi, I'm Erin with HomeSmart Realty. I recently noticed your home was listed for sale and it did not sell. This is what you're saying at the door. In case any of you are concerned, well, what do I say at the door exactly? Open up your cover letter, reread it before you ring the doorbell. It says, hi, I'm Erin with HomeSmart Realty. I recently noticed that your home was listed for sale and it did not sell. Well, that's really unfortunate. Should you decide to remarket your home, I'd love the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home. I want your home to have the great exposure in the internet where 90% of the buyers hang out. I just want an opportunity to interview for that job of marketing your home should you decide to put your home back on the market. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. I'll be honest with you, I go right from this first paragraph, I skip that first sentence, I go right to this. I want to get to the point where I put the gift in their hands. So after it says, I'd love the opportunity to interview for that job of marketing your home. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Kind of cool. With that, you give them that. You do not go into, hey, I've created this really cool property website. Hey, I've created this really cool flip book. No. Cover letter says all that inside the house. All you're going to do is when you get down to that, this marketing material help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner, you're going to say thank you for your time. I'll check back with you in 48 hours to see if I can answer any questions. Have a great day. Okay. With that, you will have delivered it to them. Notice that there's 3 colored sections, 2 blues, 1 green. That's all you're gonna be changing in this cover letter. So you're gonna say, the property website has its own photo gallery, virtual tour, etc. Where is this link for what I've got to do? You know, it's the afternoon. I spent 5 minutes in the morning. In the afternoon, I got back the property website. I got an email that said the property website's ready. I'm now going to create the cover letter. So I'm going to log into my agent marketing, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go to the property website. I need the name of the site. Well, here is the name of the site right here. And again, you can either do that full URL there. I happen to know that through .com is just fine. And again, don't worry about cutting it off. If you want to do the whole thing, you can. You won't be wrong. So copy the URL of the property website, go back to your Word document, your cover letter. You're going to highlight, this was yesterday's cover letter. Highlight what you want to get rid of, right click and paste. Then what I do is I once again highlight it, I bold it, and from 11 pitch, I make it 12 pitch. And I'm done. Notice it says 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. That's the one that we're working on today. The second change I have to make to my cover letter is I create a flip book. It's 17 pages of wow, of how I sell your home. Please click on this link to see the many ways I will market your home. Well, that was a problem for me. The seller had a problem with the previous agent. There wasn't enough marketing going on. So you got 17 pages of how you're going to market their home. So this was yesterday's. Highlight it. Go back to agent marketing. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to tools. So this was the property website that Hillary created. Tools is on the right-hand side. Click tools. You're going to scroll down, and under listing presentation, this is the very bottom. You can't go any further than hits report. So it's like 4 from the bottom. You hit listing presentation. And it says that I need to allow flash. Okay, so here's my flip book. Notice it's got pages 1 through 17. You guys go to my recorded class number 1 about the killer listing presentation. You'll be able to see the 17 things you guys do to help sell their home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Today, I want my cover letter. I'm trying to spend no more than 5 minutes. So in preparation of my coffee mug. So I'm going to copy the link to my flip book. I'm going to go back over here to my Word document. I've highlighted yesterday's work. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste. Once again, that says now 801 Crystal Spring Drive. All you have to do is highlight it again, click bold, and it's 11 pitch, go to 12. And you're done. 2 for 2. You're telling them, I've already created 9 brochures. You're showing one of the 9 brochures on the website, but the system comes with 9 of them. You can pick whichever one you like to show up on the property website. The default is brochure number 1 that we looked at, that we printed already. It also comes with an e-card, an e-postcard of your home that you can email to your family and friends. Send me your email, I'll email you the e-card. I also created a mobile application, a text message number, allowing potential buyers to get instant information about your home from a sign writer or from a brochure. Please text, and again, the 79564 never changes. That's the computer in California. But every property website has its own number. This was yesterday. Get rid of yesterday, leave the 2 quote marks so it stays green, stays bold. So where do you find it? You're going to go over here to your agent marketing account. go back to your list of properties. And you'll see right under here's 801 Crystal Spring Drive. It says text 911-404. I don't know if you recall, but if you looked at the brochure that we printed and we put into the coffee mug already, and we buried it into the Hershey Kisses, that also said 911-404. So you either come back here to your dashboard, to your properties, and you can find it right here underneath the picture, or just read your brochure that you printed, and it's going to have the text number right on it. So it's 911-404. Go back here to your Word document. Your cursor's sitting right there blinking between the two green quote marks. Type in 911-404. You're done, folks. I mean, we'll read the rest of it, but you made 2 blues and 1 green change. All right, somebody shout out to me. How long did it take you in the afternoon to put 3 of your business cards in the coffee mug with Hershey Kisses? How long did it take you to print the brochure, one of the 9 brochures that's under the brochure tab? And how long did it take you to copy paste, and type in the text message number? Give me a guess, guys. Somebody unmute themselves.
5 minutes.
How long, Freddie?
Maybe less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes. That's the point. It's 5 minutes in the morning to prospect. It's now 5 minutes in the afternoon, and you are done. I mean, let's read the rest of this. It says, I've created a hits report that I will share with you. It's going to show where your property website's being found in the internet. Is it being found at realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, or is it being found in social media at Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube? And last but not least, I'll prepare a Facebook listing page that will get your home up to about 40,000 eyeballs in Facebook. If you don't think you're ever going to do this, this is a Word document. Take it out. Just do the first 6. May I please have 30 minutes of your time to show you all the marketing materials I've already created for you. You will not be disappointed. Thank you in advance for your time. I'm dedicated to your success and the marketing of your home. Call me today so I can start marketing your home tomorrow. You got your name, your picture, your cell, your email, and your company logo and address. I agree with Freddie. This will take you all of 5 minutes. Somebody's going to have to tell me why they wouldn't want to pursue going after expireds or canceled if it only takes you 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the afternoon. Anybody think this would be beneficial to their business? Anybody got a thought?
Yes.
Angela, Yin Yan?
Yes, very beneficial.
Okay, so five minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon. So now let's discuss other delivery methods. We said we put it into a coffee mug and we deliver it. We're delivering that picture. Remember, we started the class with this little photo. There's our cover letter with our picture. Says these are the 8 things or 7 things we've already done for them. There's the brochure. I would have rolled it colored side out so I could see the address of the home. Put in some candies and put in my business card. Okay. Delivery method number 1 is be proactive and ring a doorbell and hand them it. Let them, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Your competition is doing postcards. Your competition is doing voice messages. Why don't you be different? Why don't you deliver marketing materials face to face? The second thing you could do, because again, it's COVID-19, is you never take these back. You never take the coffee mug back home with you. When you ring a doorbell and they're not home, never take it back home with you. In the trunk of your car, go to the dollar store and put a bunch of wine bags that you bought at the dollar store. Open up a wine bag, the coffee mug slides down into the wine bag very nicely, and you're going to leave that at the door. You're also going to be, since you're at Office Max, getting that wonderful brochure paper, get some little Post-it notes, the 2x2s, be it bright yellow, bright orange, bright green, whatever color you like. And what happens when UPS delivers a package and you're not home? Sticker goes on the door, right? How about if you write on this colorful, bright lime green that says, "Hi, I left you a gift today, Angela," and you put in your phone number. And so if I got a sticker and said you left a gift, I'm looking around, where the heck's the gift? Oh, here it is, it's in this wine bag at the base of my door. I also might put the sticker right on their garage door, because a lot of people just drive up to the garage door. But again, even if we were just to do the front door, I always check my front door. I always look for something that might be left there, especially with Amazon these days. I'm always looking. So people are going to look at their front door. But that could be your delivery method number 2. I want to maybe affectionately call it ding dong ditch, where don't ring the doorbell. Just leave a sticker on the door. Amazon a lot of times does that. You know, they just leave the package right there. They don't do any type of contact or touching. So you could just take your wine bag, leave it at the door, put a sticker on the front door saying, "I left you a gift. You know, please give me a call, Angela, and your phone number." This way, again, you know, you're in sales though. You should be able to face someone and have a conversation. But if you don't feel that comfortable, then leave them your gift. The third way, which I do not recommend, is you take the cover letter, you take the brochure, don't trifold them, don't roll them up, and put your business card, the cover letter, and the brochure into a mailer, 8.5 by 11, don't fold them up, and mail it off to people. I think that's going to be the least effective way of converting people to want to list with you, because you become now a glorified postcard. You're a little bit better than a postcard, but you're a glorified postcard. So let's make the wild assumption that all of you want to grow your business. So you're going to do this, you're going to put them into the coffee mug, you're going to go deliver. Now the thing is, after you deliver, we need follow-up. So in the remaining time, we're quickly going to go through, what are your follow-up pieces? What can you do? So let's go back here to our agenda. And we're going to first use the master lead sheet to manage our 20 or 40 leads per month. I don't know about you guys, but if it's that easy, if I can do in 5 minutes, if I can get a property website going, and by the way, Hillary doesn't charge per website. It's $28 for unlimited websites. So, I mean, really test the system out. If it was me, I'd be doing 6 of them a day, and I'd be sending them up to her. She doesn't care how many you send, and your price doesn't change. But boy, does it change my business, because now I've got more opportunities to deliver more coffee mugs. But anyway, you need to keep track of them, is my point. So keeping track of them is going to be in this master lead sheet, which again, I'll send them out to you guys. Notice you're putting in their name that you got out of the MLS, the address of where you delivered it. Many cases you don't have their phone number yet, but remember when you delivered it, you said, "I'll check back with you in 48 hours. The whole purpose really of going back in 48 hours is to get their phone number, is to get their email. And I'll show you how to get that in a second. But again, if you notice on this master lead sheet, it says date delivered. Okay, then it says drip, drip, call. Get into the second set of drip, drip calls. Get into the third set of drip, drip, call. You're gonna have a conversation with them that says something like, if you're thinking of relisting, when might you be relisting your home? If someone said, well, you know, we're not thinking about doing this for the next 30 days. Well, there's 4 weeks, there's 6 drip pieces we're about to go through. That means I'm gonna do like 2 of them a week. So every week I'm gonna do at least 2 drips and a call, 2 drips and a call, 2 drips and a call. Why am I doing that? Because as long as they stay expired or canceled, your competition is sending out a postcard. Your competition is got a subscription to Landvoice or to RedX, and some of them have phone numbers in it, and they're calling these people. And the last thing you want to do is have somebody who's got a sweet voice and a blue suede shoe and is able to, you know, to talk them into relisting with them. What you want to do is make sure they understand you're the one with all this great marketing. You've got 17 pages of, wow, these are the things you're going to do to help give their home great exposure and market their home in the internet. So if you deliver, then what we're going to be doing is we got 2 drips and a call. I have found, at least in talking to realtors like you, one of the things that I've found is under this strategy, when you give someone, you give a human being something of value, you've given them a cover letter, you've given them a property website, you've given them a mobile application, you've given them 9 brochures. Typically, you've given them a 17-page flip book. Typically, people don't say, hi, Angela, die and go away. What they'll do when you come back in 48 hours is you're going to say, hi, this is Angela. I left you with, you know, my coffee mug and the marketing materials. I told you I'd come back in 48 hours to see if I could answer any questions. I was just wondering if you did have any questions. I fully expect as a salesperson, I would fully expect as a realtor, I would expect them to say, I'm not ready in this sense. I've looked at it, but my spouse hasn't. Or this was a busy weekend, we had a wedding to go to, we didn't get a chance to look at it. You know, it's something we're gonna get to, we just haven't had a chance to take a look at it. Notice none of those excuses said, die and go away. What they did say was, I didn't get a chance yet. And your response should be, you know, this is very important, the selling of your home. Therefore, why don't I give you, today is Thursday, why don't I give you the weekend? Why don't I give you a call on Monday or Tuesday? And by the way, I don't have your phone number, so I don't have to be on your doorstep. Could you give me your phone number? And more importantly, I got more marketing material that I'd love to share with you. May I please have your email? The people have now seen you. You got to remember this. Remember, we're all human beings and we make judgments of people. But if we're nice and we've given them a gift and we've given them marketing material and we showed up and we were very professional, we spent 10 seconds at the door giving them our marketing material, and we're at the door again, asking, you know, following up on our word. Our word is our bond. We said we would show up and answer any questions in 48 hours. And they didn't have any questions, they just had a deferral to us. And so what you're doing is you're asking for their phone number, their email. And some people are going to give it and some people will not. But either way, we can follow up. Like this one that we were working on today on Aurora in Wheaton. That's a $499,000 listing. To me, if they don't give me their email and their phone number, I'm still going to remind them of the marketing materials that I've already created for them. So here's the drip material. It looks like this, and again, I'll send it out to everybody. And Angela, does follow-up drip material, is that going to be important in order to cement the relationship?
Absolutely.
I mean, they've gotten your coffee mug, you know, see how I look at it, they got your coffee mug, but then, you know, tomorrow they get a postcard. The next day they get a phone call. The next day they get another postcard. You know, all of a sudden, you know, that becomes top of mind because it's the newest piece of information that they've received. You need to keep putting your card at the top of the deck. You keep reminding them who you are. So what you need to remember here on all these follow-up pieces, all pieces come from the seller's email in agent marketing. Okay, I'll leave that on there because when I send it out, you guys will know where it comes from. So the first thing is virtual tour. So you don't have to change any of the language. You guys are just going to be copy and pasters of images and links because you're going to say, remember, I've already created a beautiful virtual tour of your home. Take a tour of your home. Check it out. Make it come to life. Click this link. Okay, well, this was yesterday's follow-up piece. You got to remember, if you guys go crazy like me, where you're at least doing 2 a day, and you're going to do 40 in a month, I won't remember what I said to the first one, let alone to the 39th one, unless I have a master lead sheet. So I have to see when did I do follow up on number 1, number 2, number 10, number 50, number 25, number 40. Because when I go into the next month, I'm going to have 80 of them in 2 months. That's a great problem to have. I'm marketing to 80 people that could possibly list with me, and I'm going to stay in front of them. So this was yesterday's work. So when I left click and you see the sizers come out, these little black dots, that means the computer's only going to pay attention to commands in there. So I need the virtual tour from the seller's email, and I'm going to paste it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to agent marketing. Okay, and again, seller's email. This is the property that we were dealing with today. 10801 Crystal Spring Drive is my demo. And when you go to tools, you can get to the seller's email. Remember, we clicked on listing presentation and we pasted the URL from the listing presentation into our cover letter. Well, look 2 down, it says seller's email. Click on it. Okay, and under the seller's email, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. You said the first one on the template was virtual tour. Here in the second box is virtual tour. So click on the link, virtual tour, and watch it come to life. Okay, cool. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Jing. And with Jing, I can now screen capture. So with this, I'm gonna capture upper left to lower right. I guess I'll make it look nice. I won't get the zoom comments in there. I will capture it. I will copy it. I will go back to my Word document where it's my drip. I already got the sizes in there. I'll right click and I'll paste. Ba-boom. There's now the virtual tour for 10801 Crystal Spring Drive, the image. This is the URL of yesterday's work. I'm sending out Crystal Spring today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to agent marketing, and up here in my browser is 10801 Crystal Spring Drive's virtual tour. Copy it, go back to my drip pieces, and paste. Put your cursor at the far end, hit the enter button, give yourself a space. You're done. Assume this is your phone number. You'll change this template to your phone number, so it's always the same. Well, how hard was that, guys, to do your first drip? You copy and pasted the image of your virtual tour and you put in the link. Not hard at all.
So, so Glenn, you're using the pictures though from the previous listing, right?
Correct, Millie.
So, you ever get into trouble from using the previous agent's photos?
Millie, it's the question I get every single time we do expireds or FSBOs or anything. You cannot use the pictures to advertise publicly in realty sites and in social media sites. Right now, it's a private listing. The only person that can see it is you, because it's in your agent marketing account, and the seller, because you're going to give the link to the seller. So those are the only 2 people. And if I were you, because again, you're trying to win a listing presentation. And once you win that, Millie, you should tell them you are going to delete all the images of the previous agent, because most of you have such pride in your photographer. Whether you use Virtuance or a private photographer, you're going to do better. You're going to delete those, and you can even tell them it's unethical for me to use the pictures of the previous agent. I will be deleting these. I'm demoing to you how I would have used those pictures to create your property website, but we will not be using them should you decide to sign my listing agreement. So when it becomes your listing agreement and it's going into the MLS, there is one button you press in agent marketing. And again, you can just call Hillary, quite honestly, and say, delete all the images. And once you get, as you guys all know, from your photographer, you guys get a link with all your new images, right? Literally, you just email it up to Hillary at elite@agentmarketing.com and say, hey, Hillary, delete all the old images and put in the new images from my photographer. Done. You don't even have to worry about it. She'll do it for you.
And And then you're dripping based on the email. Once you have that conversation at the door with the coffee cup and you get the email, your drips are emailed out, right?
Well, I'm dripping on them still with the photos of the previous agent because I'm only sending it to the seller. I'm not advertising publicly. Another agent cannot find this in Google, can't find it in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, can't find it in Realtor. It's nowhere to be found. So I'm just going to continue to drip on them using the previous agent's photos because I'm not going to go out and take photos of a house until it's my listing.
Right. No, I was just saying you get the email, the seller's email at the door when you drop off the coffee cup.
Correct. And again, if you get a feeling that you could get that from them in the first visit, great. My first visit is like 10 seconds at the door, letting them know that I noticed that their home was listed for sale. It did not sell. It's really unfortunate. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you. If you want, you can say, I've created 7 different things that I think is going to help you sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Please accept the gift and review it. Have a great day. I'll check back with you in 48 hours. Not asking for their phone number, their email, because that might be a lot to ask in the first visit. They're just meeting you and sizing you up. But after they've looked at your material, they go, wow, Millie's created this really cool property website with virtual tour and music and 9 different brochures, and they're going to go, wow, she's done a lot, and I haven't even had a listing presentation with her. And then the second time they meet you, again, you meet them, you're very professional, you eyeball them, you shake their hand. People can say, she's really a nice lady. So their guard is going to be down. They will have looked at your material, and they might be more inclined to say, yeah, I don't want you to have to keep coming to my door. Yeah, let me take a look at it over the weekend. Here's my phone number. You got more material you want to email to me, feel free to email. Here's my email address. So yeah, you're going to ask for it, but I usually ask for it on the second visit to the door, not the first. Okay?
And when you visit the second time, what are you bringing?
I'm really bringing just myself. I'm there to because I left the first visit with, I'll check back with you in 48 hours to see if I can answer any questions. So when I ring the doorbell the second time, I'm saying, hi, this is Millie, and they're going to go, I know who you are, Millie. I looked at your stuff. You've been doing a lot of work. And so they kind of know who you are, because remember, your picture is staring at them in that coffee mug saying, this is what I've already done for you. And then what you're going to do is say, hi, it's Millie. I said, you can remind them, I promised you. You're showing also that you follow up. You psychologically, your word becomes your bond. You're saying, I told you last time that I would check back with you in 48 hours to see if I can answer any questions. Whether they have them or not, your real goal is to get an email and a phone number, but you're showing that you can be, your word is what you're going to do. And so you said you'd follow up in 48 hours, you're back at their doorstep in 48 hours, and I'll be shocked if in 48 hours, if they say, Millie, we'd like to set up a list, have you come in and do a listing presentation. When can we do that? What I think they're going to do is they're going to give you an excuse as to why they didn't look at your material yet. But I'm on that second visit, my ears are wide open. Did you tell me to die and go away? Did you tell me never to ring the doorbell again? Did you tell me that this is the worst thing in the world? No, you didn't tell me that, because God didn't make us that way. We don't, usually when we get a gift, if somebody's doing something good for us, usually it's responded in good manner. But you got to remember this too, Millie. This strategy, if you were doing 20 a month, let's say you're doing 40 a month, this strategy gives you the ability to fire the mean people. If somebody's an SOB and is just not nice, you say, I don't want to do business with that person. Go home and put a red line through them. You're not working with them. Because you know what? You know that the next day you're going to create 2 more and send them up to Hillary. And so you got 2 more going. So don't worry about if somebody is mean. Work with the people you like. This, work's supposed to be fun. The money will follow. And work with the people you like and fire the people you don't like. But you know, when you work, when you don't have a strategy of how am I going to get more business, well, then it becomes harder. But now you've got a strategy of I'm going to spend 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the afternoon, and I'm going to find out who likes me and who wants to do business with me, and I'm going to fire the other people. But you can every day create more and more opportunities for yourself. Is that making sense?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so that was the very first drip. The second drip, oh my God, all you gotta do is change the text number. Remember, it was 911404. It's on your brochure. It's at your dashboard or homepage of all your properties. None of this you have to change. None of the graphics. So it says, remember, I've already created a mobile application for your home. This allows potential buyers to see the beauty of your home right from their smartphone. In the year 2020, it is very important that your home is available to buyers in mobile application. More than 50% of consumers are buying goods and services using their smartphones. I'm reading it to you. You'll have already read it. You're not going to read it. You're going to say, all I got to do is change this to 911404. Whatever the system gives you for that property website, you're done. If you have their email, Millie, all you're going to do is copy this. Copy, paste it into the body of the email. Do not make these an attachment, because if they're like me, I don't open up all my attachments. If I don't like the email, I don't open up the attachment. But if this has got something to do with my house and I see color, I'm gonna open it. Same thing here. That's the front of my house. If you all of a sudden copied and pasted that into the body of the email, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna look at it because it's colored, it's my house. Now, what if they don't give you an email, but it's a $499,000 listing like the one in Wheaton? Down here, you have plenty of white space. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sign your name, Millie Lumpkin. Your phone number is already in that yellow space. Put your business card, tri-fold this. You know the address of the property. You create a property website for that address. Tri-fold it, mail it off. So you'll do 2 mailings a month, and again, attempt to get their phone number. Again, if you don't have it, do two drips, mailing them out each month. You're putting yourself back on top of the deck. So email or US Post Office. That took you all of 30 seconds to do the second drip in a month. That won't take you long to do follow-up. The third one, which is in the second month. And again, the speed, I said the second month, the second week. Because again, they said they're thinking of listing in another month. So you did 2 in the first week. Now we're gonna do drips 3 and 4. It says, to spread the good word about the many benefits and features of your home, I've already created this e-postcard that you can send out to your family, to your friends, and to other business associates. And I, your rockstar agent, I'll send it out to other agents in my office and known to me, as they might just have a buyer.
Hey, Glenn.
Yep, Angela.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Can you go back up to the slide previous to this? Yeah. So, I would suggest that on this where it says text messaging with call capture, I would not indicate anything about call capture. I'm going to tell you why. Because if your objective is to get them to try it, you're going to capture their phone number. They don't need to know the benefit of call capture. That's for our benefit. So they're more likely to try it, and then we'll get their phone number that way.
Well, again, playing devil's advocate with you, the reason that I want them to understand is that you, the realtor, you're going to capture leads with your technology as people drive by their home. Because I'll bet many of those expireds, many of those cancels did not have a property website system, did not have a sign writer.
But the best way to show them that is when they do it and you call them and you say, and that is one of the primary features of our mobile application, because you're going to prove it to them. If they know it's going to capture their number, they may not call it. They may not text it. They may not try it.
Well, again, it's not so much for the seller. What you're doing is they don't, first off, potential buyers don't see this. This is going to the seller trying to say, hey, remember, I've already got your home in mobile application form. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture people as they text for more information. When they text 911-404 off of a sign writer, because I'm going to put a sign writer. You've told them that you're going to put a sign writer out there, and that as people go by, it's going to say for more information on this house, text 911-404 to 79564. You're letting them know that when people do that, not only are they going to get the features and the benefits and the full property website and the photo gallery and the virtual tour downloaded in their phone, but you as the agent for the seller, you're going to capture the phone number of those buyers that wanted more information, and now you're going to be able to follow up and see if they would like a showing.
No, I thoroughly understand you. I got you. But I'm just saying that I think it's better sometimes to be able to show someone, if I want to be able to capture their phone number, because I could call them right after they looked at it. Oh, I'm glad you're looking at my marketing materials. One of the benefits of the mobile application is I capture all the buyers who also check out the.
Hey, Glenn, what Angela is saying, that if they are hesitating, give their phone number. That's the best way to get their phone number, and then call them and tell them, hey, this is what we are doing to get the buyers who's looking for your property.
Well, do this, guys, because remember, this is a Word document, so when I send it out to you, delete what you don't want. But I mean, I would at least, because I think it's compared to remember, you got a previous agent, and they probably are still trying to get that person to relist with them, or you got other agents that would love to list the property. What you're trying to say is, I have your home already in mobile application. Make sure these other competitors, these other realtors, do they have it already set up, and try it out. You want to chop off everything from underneath, try it, text 911-404, feel free to knock it off.
No, I don't want to take any of it off. All I was talking about taking off was the words with call capture. That's all I was saying.
Oh.
I would leave the text messaging. I just would not put that with call capture in those bold letters. I wouldn't change anything else, because I love the whole thing. I just would not.
I'm with you. I'm
Mhm.
with you. All right.
Yeah.
So then again, because it's a Word document, just knock out with call capture and you got what you're looking for.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just sharing it with everybody else because I thought that would be a good way for people to get people's phone numbers. That's all.
perfect. Perfect. And again, like I say, this took you all of 30 seconds to type in what the actual text number that the system assigned to you, and then copy, paste it, put it into an email. Now, you're on to that e-postcard. You're into week number 2. This is drip number 3. And what you're going to do here is, it says that you're going to, the agent, you're going to send this e-postcard out to other agents in your office. It's kind of like an announcement. Hey, I'm announcing this is my newest listing. Bring your buyers. Let me know if you have somebody who's interested. And at the same time, you're going to be sending it to the seller so that they can send it out to their family, friends, and business associates. Again, a strategy that probably the previous agent never used. Probably didn't even have an e-postcard for them to use. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to agent marketing, to the seller's email. And at the seller's email, again, you're looking for the e-postcard. Well, it's under the send emails, the 5th box. When you click on it, it opens up to the e-postcard. You can do a couple things with this cool postcard. If you don't like the colors, over here is the palette. It says it's green. If you like blues better, change it to blue. Matches the sky better. If you said, hey, I would like to add some additional images, click the additional images, and now you've got some interior photos and other images. So you can modify this e-postcard. It's kind of cool. But what you want to do is put it into your. It's a little big, so what I typically do is I hit Control minus, and whenever I hit Control minus on my computer, it starts to shrink the screen, right? So I'm just going to shrink it to where it's small enough where I can at least capture it with my Jing. Go up here to Jing, hit the capture bars, upper left, lower right. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over here to my drip. If I left click inside the image here, out come the sizers. Okay, so now computer's going to pay attention to what I do inside there. If I right click and paste, it's now going to paste my newest one in here. If I want to make it bigger, and again, I would have probably captured it a little bit differently, where I wouldn't have put this border around it. It would have made it look a little bit bigger. So again, I'm going to let them know that I've got this really cool e-postcard. The bottom part where my phone number fell off to the bottom. So again, all you do is left click, the sizers come out, shrink it a little bit. Up comes, may I please have 30 minutes of your time to show all the marketing. That would be Angela, that'd be Millie's phone number, that'd be Yin Yan's phone number, and you would send it out. So again, all you did in this one was copy paste in the new image and you're done. Copy it, put it into an email, or sign your name, put your business cards, tri-fold it, and mail it off to them. Next, this is the second week, the second drip, and this is the fourth one in the series. It says, don't forget, I've already created this really cool property website for getting your home great exposure in the internet so it'll sell quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Check out your property website at this link. Well, the first thing we need is an image. So if I left click, out come the sizers, these little black dots around the image. And so I'm going to come back over here to agent marketing. I need the property website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to everything comes out of the seller's email. Here's the property website. My property website link is right there. Click it. Here's the property website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Jing. I'm going to upper left to lower right. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go over here to my Word document and I'm going to paste. Boom. There's my Crystal Spring Drive. Now the only thing left is I have to just take out, that was the link of yesterday's work. Today I want the link of my property website. Well, there it is right up there. 10801 Crystal Spring Drive, ihouse.net.com. Copy the URL, go back over here to your drip pieces and paste in the URL. If you want, hit the enter key, give yourself a little more space. You got your phone number already in there. Copy it, paste it into an email, or in the white space, sign your name, put in a couple business cards, tri-fold it, mail it off. Okay, you've done 4 drips so far. If you have their phone number, you're going to call them again to find out if they're still on target to be listing their home at the end of the month. QR codes. Again, I'm not a big believer in the QR codes, but it's a touch point. It makes you look very techy. In case you're dealing with younger people. Again, when I say younger, I used to have black hair. Now that I have gray hair, everybody looks younger than me. And so what I do is I at least show them I've got these tools called QR codes, but they, and again, where could you use them? Well, you can use them in newspaper advertising, in realtor magazines. They typically show up on some of the 9 brochures. It's for the techie younger people that want to scan a QR code and it downloads the full property website into a smartphone. So this happens to be the QR code for our 10801, I'm sorry, that's the QR code of our drip piece. So that was yesterday's work. If you left click, out come the sizers. Let's go get our QR code for the one that we're working on today. And again, we said it's in the seller's email. Everything comes from the seller's email. 1, 2, 3, here's the third box called QR code. QR code, there's the one we're dealing with today. Go grab your Jing, go grab the crosshairs, upper left. Left click, hold it down to the lower right corner, let go, capture, copy, go back over here to your drip pieces. This is yesterday's, the sizes are out. Right click, paste in your new QR code. Ba-boom, you're done. You copied, you pasted. How long would that take you to do? A minute? 2 minutes? And now you have a new drip piece. You copy this and email it off to them, or sign your name, put in a couple business cards, mail it off to them. Keep sending stuff to them because they're eventually going to list, or they're just going to say, we've decided that we're not listing for the next year. Okay, but at least you're staying in front of them and it's taking you 2 minutes on a $499,000 listing. Spend 2 minutes to get it. Okay, last but not least, the sixth drip, there's nothing you change because you're just telling them that, remember, it's very important that your home is listed into 8 of the busiest social media sites. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you where buyers hang out in the internet. I'm going to put you into Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and many more. With that, copy it, put it into an email it to them, or underneath here, sign your name, put in a couple business cards, mail it off to them. That's what I would do to stay in front of and to use that master lead sheet. I would be putting in drip, drip, call, drip, drip, call. Last but not least, because we're already over, there is something called a post. I'll just mail it out to you guys. It's 201 things that you guys do for sellers. And it helps to justify, why do I charge what I charge in my commission? Because I do a lot of things. I do 201 things, in fact. And it looks like this. It's a 32-page document. This is the final product, what it looks like. It says this is a picture of their house. This is the website. This is the text. The text was River Leah, the 79564. It says that I do 201 things to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. It's one of the last things that I would deliver, especially if it's a $499,000 listing. I want to win. I've drifted on them 6 times, and now I know it's getting down to crunch time. They're going to make a decision. I'm going to deliver a 32-page document. The instructions, you can get this done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If anybody needs me to help them go through it, please email me, text me, call me, and set up, a half hour of time with me, put it in my calendar, and I'll show you how to create this. But it's gonna say, enclosed herein is the 201-step program, questions you should ask any realtor, so much more. You're gonna sign your name in blue ink. It's your picture, it's your mission statement, it's your core values about how honest and integrity at all times you are. It's going to be your amazing 201-step program to get your home sold fast and for top dollar. We're not going to look at 201 things, but you can. And by the way, if you don't do all 201, if 10 things you don't do, it becomes 191 things. The instructions tell you where you change the 201. If you have degrees, it shows your designations or degrees. It says that I will let you out of the listing agreement very easily if you're not totally satisfied with my services. Suggested questions for other agents. Fact. Saying here's the 5 essential ingredients for a successful sale: condition, location, market terms, and price. And then you go through each of those. Then you go through pricing guidelines. You go through what are you most concerned about, a little questionnaire, 0 through 4, advertising, open houses, pricing, closing costs, commissions, security, the benefits of proper pricing, the drawbacks of improper pricing, that you're going to use a sign writer to attract buyers, that you're going to use a Facebook listing page, that you're going to put them into the internet, that you're going to help them with contract and negotiation, myth versus truth. My team sells a lot of real estate, so perhaps they're too busy to pay attention to my listing. Well, the truth is, that my team is successful in marketing and selling, and we pay attention to all of our listings. So again, you go through myth and truths, some questions that they might have that they can ask of you as they're trying to get themselves organized as to who they should list the home with. And last but not least, what did they love about the house? Why, they bought it 10 years ago. I'm going to put this in the remarks. Let me know what you love about the house. And last but not least, we're going to make sure that when people visit your home, that they're pre-approved and that they can get pre-approved with a member of my team. With that, I will send you out the instructions. I will send you out the instructions, which look like this. It's not real complicated. You're changing these 10 things, and then what you're going to be doing is, this is the master. You make all your changes in here, and you'll end up with that 32-page document. Before I let you go, just a reminder, I love doing this. Please add us to your team. If you get buyers, we'd love to help get them pre-approved. If you like what you've heard today, go to www.tinyurl Marino Team Review and give us a Google review. And my challenge to you guys is that I'd like to continue to stay on this, and I'd like to bring you all back next week, and I'd like to hear of your successes. I'd like you to, I'd like to see that you guys are at least doing one a day for 5 minutes. If you're serious as a realtor, if you're serious about growing your business, you'll do yourself a favor by doing at least 5. Do more if you, since like in my case, I had 399 opportunities when I did my search in the MLS. I'd be too tempted to say, I'm already here. I may as well send Hillary a second one. So my challenge to you guys is that I want to see next week, we're going to do another one of these. I want to see that you guys have been able to get at least 5 expireds into your agent marketing account. I want to hear about what challenges you're having. I want to break through those. And then we're going to do, again, some more how to get this done in 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon. Are there any questions that I can answer? Anybody want to unmute themselves? Any questions? If not, I'm also going to look at the chat box while you guys are unmuting yourself. I want to just see if there's any other questions.
Great session.
Say that again.
It was a great session. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, Stephanie. Absolutely. And please, please move forward with this, guys. I mean, I couldn't have, when I saw that we can get this done in 5 minutes, it's like, I'm excited for you guys. Makes me want to become a realtor, quite honestly. I think I may have to redo the website and agent marketing. Freddie Thomas. Okay. I'm going to give Freddie a call after the class. Millie, I'll give you a call after the class. Thank you so much for being here. The very best to you guys, but you guys are going to get an invite to next week. Come back and let's again go through this and let's see where you guys are with at least 5 in your agent marketing account. Have a great 4th of July. Celebrate America. Enjoy your family, your friends. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care.
Thank you, Glenn. Happy 4th, everybody.
Have a
Bye.
good 4th.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye now.
Bye.